Hold on.
Good morning, y'all. And welcome to Madam C.J. Walker's House of Beauty. I got some friends coming through today to give you a little bit of history. Now, we don't mean to offend nobody. This is our way of telling you about Black history. And I guess I'll start with myself. My name is Sarah Redlove McWilliams Walker. But I changed my name to Madam C.J. Walker down the line of my life. I was born to slaves in Louisiana in 1867. I worked in cotton fields of Delta and Fitchburg, Mississippi. I'm a woman who came from the cotton fields of the South. From there, I was promoted to the wash tub. From there, I was promoted to the cook kitchen. And from there, I promoted myself into the business of manufacturing hair goods and preparation like shampoo, conditioner, pressing oil, and pomade. I have built my own factory on my own ground. Now, my first client coming in today is Maggie L. Walker. Now, they say she owns her own bank, and I need some money to fix up this place just a little bit. Good morning, Maggie.
Morning. How are you, Mom?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty well.
That's good. Now, how's the bank business going?
Well, let me tell you about it. My name is Miss Magdalena Walker. My mother married William Mitchell, but he died. I graduated from the normal school in 1883, and it was only us 10 colored folks. After school, I became a teacher. I was a part of many organizations in Richmond. I started my own juvenile division. Then I married Armstead Walker Jr. Right down that church.
Down that church?
Oh, yeah, I heard that church. We have those good Russell, Armstead, and Mars, and the Paula. But you know what? Paula ain't mine.
She ain't yours.
We had the doctor and the boys running around. So I gave her my teaching business, and volunteered my time at the IO St. Luke. I was a secretary in 1980. I stayed up until now. I started my own baking business.
Your own baking?
All my things.
I'm looking at that.
In 1932, I was the first woman to ever do that in America. And they still too. I just had my own newspaper also. We started our own. We talk about women's rights and how we should do stuff and how we should just bold. And I heard sure.
Yeah, sure.
And that's I was writing WCT. And then in 1915. My son, Russell. You know my son?
Yeah, your son.
He shot his mother.
He shot him?
He shot his mother.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know it's true. But in 1921, I ran for Republican. I know all black folks run Democrat, but I just had to run for Republican. I needed to do something after my husband died. Oh, he died. My diabetes. I came out and picked him up and I got a nice team baby song. I soon died on December 15th. And my sweet town, Richmond.
Oh, Richmond.
But I love my Richmond. I love
girl running for president. She's running for president. I'm gonna beat down the silence. The people are getting. What the people want? What they getting sick and tired of these twiddly dees and twiddly dums who keep constantly flip-flopping from one side to another. Yes, ma'am. But I know what the people want. They want somebody who's truthful and someone who, if you will, has just a tiny bit of morality and integrity. That's why the people need to vote for me. All right. Shirley Chisholm. Here, let me tell you something about myself. Born in 1924 down in Brooklyn, New York. See, I wasn't always a Chisholm. I used to be a Hill. Grew up a little bit everywhere. Over in Barbados and over in New York City. That's where I earned my graduate degree. And went on teaching the youngest. Tom is my youngest. That's my Chisholm. Then later, I entered the New York State Assembly in 1964. And then I got elected to Congress in 1968, and here I am, running for the presidential office in 1972. My husband, Conrad, told me not to do it, but I told him, I said, honey, you either with me or you're not. Oh, Mr. Women shouldn't run for no office, but then he called me Cheryl. That's what he called me. He said, go ahead and run, baby. I got your back. I mean, might as well since we ain't got no kids. So listen, you remember this. If it ain't meant to be now, we don't have us a black woman in the office. Yes, we will. You put that in your room paper. I'll take the slug in. I'm boss and I'm boss. Oh, for sure. Now, we got my other friend. Now, they say Felicia Jones is true. Now, they say she takes Dutch, but in this shot, she got to speak some English. Yes, ma'am. To James Elizabeth Humphrey, 1 out of 13 children. But guess what? We were born into slavery. In 1806, I was sold at an auction at the age of 9, and then again in 1808, and again in 1810. Then around 1815, I lived at like that yesterday, y'all. I'm feeling low. He was a slave to a different master. He was a neighboring farm. And Robert's master didn't like the fact that he was having a child by another slave. So he was beaten. Poor Robert. And I never saw him again. 1817, I was forced to marry the old slave. Thomas.
The old slave.
Yeah, I had 4 children by Thomas. I had Thomas Jr. who died shortly after birth. Then I had Peter. I had Elizabeth and Sophia. Oh, don't forget my first audience, my Robert. Yes, Robert. And then in 1826, I escaped my own freedom with just my first, well, not my first, my baby, yeah, Sophia. These are my other children behind, but that's another story. Okay, later on in my life, I found Peter at the age of 5. He was in Alabama somewhere. He was sold off, you know. So, guess what? I was the first black woman to take a white man. And guess what? I got my Peter back. And along my journey, I became a Christian. So on June 3rd, 1843, I changed my name to Sojourner Truth. And then said to myself, and then to you, the Spirit called me, and I must go. And I became a Methodist. Made my way traveling and preaching about abolition. In 1844, joined the Northern Association of Education, founded by the abolitionists, the Organization for the Women's Rights and Religious Tolerance. But then I made my own group. You want to know what it was called? Let me tell you. The name of the church is the Northern Flag. Something like that. So they got to ring the North in the church. I purchased my home for $300. called Ain't I Woman.
I know. Ain't I Woman, baby? You know, and then the Civil War, I helped recruit black troops. Yes, I did. I helped. Yes, I did. I helped you. I had part-time jobs. I was employed by the National Freedom Relief Association of Washington, D.C. And then guess what? I met. Who you met? Who you believe me? Who is that? At my home. And Battery, Michigan, you can find my remains in the Oak Hill Cemetery in Battery, beside my other family members. Okay, you done. Okay, thank you. Let me go sit over here. Go over there now.
Come talk to me.
Now, we got my next friend here. Now, they say she's been doing something under the ground in the hair. It's too old to be digging under the ground. I don't know what she's doing. Come on, Harry. Come on. How you doing? I'm tired. You tired? What are you doing? I'm saying, my name is Harry Sutton. Now, in a 10-year span, I made 19 trips to the South and for over 300 plus freedom. I said 300. I have never lost happiness. I was born a slave. And Maryland, Dorchester. Come in 1818, 1821, 1821. I don't know which one I was born in. That's my birthday. At 5 or 6, I began to work at the house service. I had 7 years later, I was sent to work in the field. I suffered an injury while I was still in my early teens. Let me see the sleep line. Oh, yeah. I was always ready to stand up for something else. I protected the doorway to protect another field hand from an angry overseer. So we did do a 20-pound way at the field hand. It fell short and hit me on the head. I never fully recovered from the blow, which subjected me into spells in which I would fall into a deep sleep. Around 1846, I met a free black man named John Dutton and took his last name. You see, I was born Ariel Martin Ross, but later changed my name to Harriet after my mother. In 1849, I ran away because I was afraid I was going to get stolen. I set out to knock on the foot with assistance from a friendly white woman. I called the North Star by night. The North Star. By night, making my way to Pennsylvania, and soon after to Philadelphia, where I found work and I saved money. The following year, I returned to Maryland and escorted my sister and her 2 children to freedom. I made a dangerous trip to the South soon after to rescue my brother and 2 other males. On my 3rd return, I went after my husband, only to find he had taken another wife. I returned to the South again and again. I rescued my 7-year-old son, who didn't know. I worked for the union as a cook, nurse, and even a spy. After the war, I served all in New York, where I spent the rest of my long life. I died.
Oh my God.
Well, I go get my first letter, well, you ain't dry yet. Dry it first, girl. Then you go get your slave. Now, this is my friend here. This is a Rosa. Now, Rosa, she might be a little late, but she's walking. But she is her own time. She got to get on the way. Now, Rosa, you know you missed your last appointment. I know. I'm so now, somebody said you was in jail, girl. You can always be at the last. Well, tell us a little bit about it. was born February 4th, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama. We later moved to Pineville, Alabama. I attended college but had to drop out to take care of my grandmother. Oh, you want to drop out? I was going to go back, but then my mother had gotten sick on December 18th, 1932.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. Take your time.
I married Brandon Cox. Brandon was an early activist in the effort to free the Scottsboro Boys, a celebrated case in the 1930s. Together, me and him worked in the National Association for the Advancement of Television program. He was an active member while I served as secretary and later the youth leader of the branch on December 1st, 1965, I was arrested for not giving up my seat. That was last week. I'm tired. You should be tired, girl. During my arrest, I was organizing a big youth conference. After my arrest, black people of Montgomery and other races organized and promoted a boycott of the city bus line that lasted 381 days. That's a long time, girl. Yeah. But Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was appointed the spokesperson for the bus boycott and taught nonviolence to all participants. In 1957, I moved to Detroit. Down the line, in 1987, I co-founded the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for self-development in honor of my husband. Well, I received more than 43 doctorate degrees, including one from Tulsa University in Tulsa. You went to Tokyo? Yeah.
And where? What's your name? You what?
Let me finish. In September 1996, President Clinton, the 42nd president, gave me a Medal of Freedom. On February 4th, 2005, I celebrated my 92nd birthday. Whoa! You got old. Yeah, I died at 70. I've also written 4 books, but all have to come to an end. On October 24th, 2005, I made my peaceful transition. Enough for room.